What up? It's Kels from the Lover's Guidance, where spirituality is the reality of your spirit. And today we're going to talk about why the same things keep happening to you over and over again. So, diving into this space. So, what you need to know is that, everything is a cycle. You feel me? So, everything goes in a 360. Now, you're supposed to be in the middle of that 360 as the observer and also as the participant at the same time. This is why Jesus had 12 disciples, right? And so we also have 12 houses, 12 constellations. I mean, not 12 constellations, I'm sorry. 12 houses that we go around, the sun travels around every year. So when you stand in the middle, you be the middle point and you are able to observe each one of these houses as yourself. So that's why you should get into astrology and things like that, because it teaches you the cycle that we all calculate our time on, our months, our years, our birthday. I don't care what you want to chalk it up to. It all gonna lead back to astrology in some type of way. So basically, we are on a yearly cycle. And that yearly cycle is based on the sun travels. So if these things is doing this, you better believe your ass gonna experience something over and over again in your life. You know what I'm saying? And so now we all gonna experience something over and over again in our life. But the thing is that we are supposed to gain a bigger perspective out of what we're experiencing, gain a bigger awareness out of what we're experiencing, and so that we can create a new space to go into to experience something else, experience the fruit of the new thing that we're supposed to experience. Say, for instance, you know what I'm saying, you know, you keep experiencing the same thing, your bills ain't paid, you know what I'm saying, you keep experiencing that same thing, right? You didn't try everything. You didn't try to get a job, you know what I'm saying, you didn't try to, do this, and the fourth, but that way ain't really working out for you, and it ain't really fulfilling for your experience, for your spirit. And so, you go through that cycle, and it's like coming back to you, and you like, damn, I keep experiencing this shit. It's like the motions, right? You just can't catch a break. Well, the thing is that experience is trying to teach you a new perspective, a new way to look at it. You know what I'm saying? And once you hop into that perspective and fully embrace that perspective, you know what I'm saying? Instead of something you don't want to experience, make it something you do want to experience. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's something in that experience you should learn. Maybe it's what you need to develop to go to this next, phase in your life. Because it's so often that we, get lost in our desires and we go to things for comfort as a crutch for the moment. And those things psych our mind up. And so we think we might be out of that experience, right? But that's not the case, because once that light that was created, that you created dies, you find yourself where you are in a cycle, in hell. And refer back to our video cycles with me and Jess on the Lover's Guidance YouTube. So yeah, so we all go through cycles, we all go through the ebbs and flows of life, pendulum always swing back and forth, but it's always about gaining a bigger awareness and bigger wisdom to know how to respond to these cycles that come to us, and so that we can learn how to love each whole of ourselves. Remember, I said it's 12 constellations, it's 12 disciples. So we are supposed to love to learn, and learn to love each aspect of ourselves. So that's what astrology teaches us, to learn the other half of ourselves, the squares of ourselves, the sextiles of ourselves, which is the other angles of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And ourself as participated in this being, which we came to which we build a body to experience. You know what I'm saying? So we all build a body to experience certain realms of reality, and this reality deals with the constellations that are closest to it. You know what I'm saying? And that creates the 360 and what we experience. So yeah, we all learning to love ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So this is a journey about essentially loving yourself and who you are. I mean, so why you keep experiencing the same cycles is just because, you know what I'm saying, the universe is trying to teach you how to love yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you can find out how to do that through experience, and don't get lost in what you're actually doing for the moment. Learn to love the bad per se, and learn to love the good. And once you learn to love that, you know what I'm saying, you can really give your spirit esoteric hug, because you've actually went through that experience, and you actually experienced it, and you actually did it with conviction. You know what I'm saying? And then the experience, the things you take from that, the wisdom you gain from that, it won't even be the same, looked at as the same as before. You know what I'm saying? Now, the only time you can look at it as it is as before is if you get lost in what other people define it as, what other people may look at it as, what other people may feel it as. You know what I'm saying? You get lost in other people's thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you don't got this, so that means this. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you don't got that, so that means that. And that's a form of lostness. You know what I'm saying? You're always supposed to have your own idea as a spirit, your own individual idea as a spirit. So you got to feel where this space is. We all going through cycles. You know what I'm saying? And so once you get into the space of just being an individual spirit, you start defining shit for yourself. And going through that testimony, you can start explaining to other spirits what you actually experience. So if they resonate with you, then they'll start eventually unlocking themselves from the mental cages and the emotional cages that they've been in. You know what I'm saying? So we don't all have to look at the world like other people. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to look at the world like other people do. So it's strong though. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you hop on social media, as soon as you hop on Twitter, you know, you get easily attacked, you know what I'm saying, by other people's way of seeing things. You know what I'm saying? And an attack is essentially basically putting a certain type of pressure on your spirit to see the world in a way that they see it. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, if somebody have a certain type of success, you know, you look on social media and you look at that like you don't have that type of success because it's valued by a number of people. You know what I'm saying? You see yourself as unsuccessful. But you got to understand that that was another spirit's idea that convinced those bunch of people. So at the end of the day, we all have the ability to do this. We all have the ability to convince other people as well. It's about your own strong spiritual natures and inclinations. So once you jump on your own train and you're a strong enough spirit to will that into existence and create a will and go through the experience that you need to gain that momentum and that type of substance and strength and spiritual strength, you'll be looked at as the example for whatever you're involved in. You get what I'm saying? So always remember that. You know what I'm saying? So while we go through cycles is to learn that which I speak of, which is spiritual strength, which is, you know, that mental wisdom and knowledge, so that we can create something new. Other than you just fall short to creating something that essentially will eventually vanish, essentially will perish. So keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? Always be on your game. Always be a strong spirit. I'm Kales, and this is Lover's Guidance, where spirituality is the reality of spirit.